I thought we agreed to do it in the third segment.
Well, I changed my mind. So maybe I will. We'll
Okay.
see. We'll see if you steamroll me again.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking love you. Welcome back to Under Further Review, everybody.
Oh, fuck. We're back. Hi.
Hi. So we've got a fun little thing that we're going to do. We want to start, obviously, by looking back on the year, as we do, with just some of the great things that happened in football. But then we're going to take you back through the decade and examining players, games. Andrew's got some thoughts. I can see them. I can see them coming out of his ears.
Lots of thoughts.
There's a lot going on
Yeah,
right now.
I feel like I'm being steamrolled with thoughts right now.
Oh my God, you're not gonna let this go.
I'm not.
It's fine.
No.
I'm gonna
No,
steamroll you later.
These thoughts are coming for me. And
Yeah.
I felt like I'm being come for by my thoughts.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm being fucking steamrolled by my fucking thoughts.
You know that I'm coming for you.
I sure
you
do.
know that I am.
There are a lot of people fucking coming for me. Anyways.
There's a lot going on right now.
So the year is at end. And we want to take a look back at some of the best things that happened in the NFL this season.
Yeah, so Andrew, talk to me about what was your game of the year?
Game of the year. Man, there's so many good ones. And at the same time, there just really weren't that many good ones. The one that sticks out for me is Seattle San Fran 1.
Okay, that's a good one.
Is the overtime game.
Yep.
Where they both, the Seahawks were ahead by a lot, and then the 49ers came back on defense, and then, did San Francisco win that game? No,
Yeah.
No. Seattle won in overtime.
Yup.
Seattle won in overtime.
Yeah.
And, Wilson threw a pick, toward the end zone, and then there was the field goal by, the young kid.
Yeah.
And then the Seahawks went down, and Russell Wilson ran for the first down. I know I'm just speaking in sentence fragments, but you know what I'm talking about.
It was very, yeah.
It was a really, really, really great game.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was definitely a good one.
How about you?
Well, mine is personal, obviously. It was Giants Buccaneers Week 3, Daniel Jones's debut.
The Daniel Jones coming out party.
Yeah, and
it was a great game.
But it was a close game too. It was a great game. His rushing into the end zone for a time. I mean, it was a really fun game for Giants fans. Everyone kind of went into it like, oh God, now we got to watch this Daniel Jones kid. Poor Eli Manning has to just sit this one out. And then we were all very pleasantly surprised. And that streak didn't last very long through the season. But a couple good weeks there, started out with that game. Yeah, I loved it. And speaking of, you know what? I'm just going to give you my best moment.
Good,
and
because I feel like mine's not a good segue, so.
That's all right. It was the same game. It was when Daniel Jones ran the ball into the end zone for the touchdown.
Nice.
I was telling the story to you guys earlier, but it was, we were in Rhode Island, and I was kind of not really paying attention because I figured that the Giants were going to lose. And then he did it, and my 3-year-old nephew was standing right in front of the TV. And when Michael and I rose to our feet and yelled and were so excited, we put him into the most dramatic fit of tears and screaming and crying that did not end for 3 hours. But it was so exciting. He had no idea how exciting it was.
I can imagine the two of you being really intense when you're cheering, and I feel like a more like a yay and high-fiving and hugging probably would have been more apt for a 3-year-old, but how could you have known?
I'm really excited to tell the story of his wedding.
He probably was just shocked at the volume that came out of the two of you.
Oh,
He had never heard that before.
It was a lot. I mean, it's traumatic being a sports fan.
Yeah.
What was your best moment?
My best moment is a somber one. It's Andrew Luck's retirement at the beginning of the year. And I only because I couldn't think of a positive one that I liked. I don't know. It's just kind of when he retired, you kind of were forced to give when he finally announced his retirement, you were kind of forced to look back on his career, and you were just kind of like, man, he's such a good person.
Yeah.
And he's done so much for the league even in a short amount of time, and it's just kind of a really sad thing to see him go.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
And still relatively young too, and it was completely unexpected. The timing was completely unprecedented.
Seriously.
Yeah. That was a really I feel you there. But it was a special moment. It was one of those, it's like my Manning moment. Mm-hmm. It's like when passing the torch, and it's kind of somber, but also you go do you, be free, young grasshopper, you know. Do you have a best play?
I do.
Okay.
And we go back to Seattle for this one.
Okay.
October 3rd. I don't know why I remember the date, but I do. the Wilson to Lockett catch, where Wilson like threw it up in the back of the end zone, and Lockett came down with like a half an inch left on the field. Just the way that he was able to thread the needle on that play is absurd.
Lockett's so good.
Yeah.
They had a lot of really good plays. Like, and Chris Carson, too. That was another one who just kind of emerged. I mean, go Seahawks. I'm excited to see what they do in the playoffs, and we're going to get into that a little bit later.
Yes.
But my best play was when Daniel Jones ran the ball into the end zone.
Oh my God.
I won't talk about it anymore.
Okay.
But then you have this category, best not top moment. Please explain.
Okay, so the not top moment is something that I have done in my blogs past. If you're not familiar, you can check it out at www.accordingtoandrewblog.com. It's basically like a SportsCenter not top 10, but like the worst of the year.
Okay.
This particular worst of the year. And the reason that I have this particular one is because it relates to one Antonio Brown. That entire fiasco. I remember having a bunch of notifications on my phone that were over a span of about 24 hours where it was like, Antonio Brown shoves a coach at practice. And then it's like, Antonio Brown apologizes. And then John Gruden's like, he's not going to play. And then John Gruden's like, he's going to play. And then Antonio Brown's like, cut me. And then they cut him. And then the Patriots signed him. And then the Patriots cut him.
Right. No, it was
the whole thing was a mess.
It feels like ages ago. It feels like ages ago because it's just so like...
I feel like I aged a year with that whole saga. That all happened in about a week.
That's it. But now, of course, who did he go? He met with the Saints this week.
Which then he claimed was a publicity stunt.
It's not. Just stop. Just go away.
CTE is real, kids.
Guys, if this is living proof of that. Oh my God, please go away, Antonio Brown. I'm over you.
Yeah.
My best not top moment was the Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph incident.
Oh, it's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I know, because that one also feels miles away. But it just the way that things transpired, and this poor kid. I feel bad. This poor kid, Myles Garrett, like went into this interview with the NFLPA and really just kind of thought it was going to be a confidential thing. Everyone talks, and then it got out that Myles Garrett said that he heard a slur, and then there was all this drama with that. Myles Garrett still is not playing football and probably won't for a while, and it just that just was a shitty thing to see in a league of what are supposed to be respectable men, and it's just...
Yeah, you think, but then shit like this happens, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your player of the year?
Okay, I kind of have two. I couldn't pick one.
Okay, do one really. Do the second one really quickly, and then do the first one.
Okay, Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay.
Teddy Bridgewater
We know why.
Yeah, we know why.
We know why.
But the best thing about it too is like he could go and play anywhere next year, anywhere he wants, and he's not going to.
And he would be great.
He would be wonderful, but he's going to stick with those Saints.
Yeah, I bet
because he wants to succeed Drew Brees, and he can, and he will.
He wants that ring, though.
Yeah. No, he's Teddy Bridgewater, but also. Lord Gardner Minshew II.
Lord Gardner Minshew.
Because he gave us so much to tell. He gave us so much good content.
Yeah, that's true.
Go Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a guy.
What a guy.
My
Who's
player
yours?
of the year is Lamar Jackson, obviously.
Sure.
Yeah, the dude came out of nowhere and breaking people's ankles and saying that he it's not bad for a running back to lead the league in touchdown passes.
Absolutely.
So good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably going to win MVP.
Proud of him.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
So.
Are you okay to switch to the decade?
I am. It's now we're going to move on to the Andrew Coddles the Patriots section of this segment here.
Oh God,
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, why don't you go first? What is your game of the decade?
All right. So I'm going to just preface this whole section by saying most of these are pretty recent, and that's because it's I remember moments when I was just truly amazed, and that just happens to be more recent stuff. But my game of the decade was last year, 2018, Chiefs-Rams, Thanksgiving week.
That was an amazing game.
It was amazing. 51-54 was the score on that game. Highest score
There was so little
ever.
defense in that game.
It was an offensive motherfucker. It was so exciting. We got so close to seeing that in the Super Bowl.
We were. Yeah, we were
I
close
mean,
to that.
and that would have been, oh my God, because that Super Bowl was just so dreadful. But that was my game of the decade. I just remember being completely stunned. I wanted to go to bed so bad. I wanted to close my eyes so bad because I'd been traveling that day, and I couldn't take my eyes off the screen.
Yeah, it was a great game.
I couldn't miss anything.
I missed the first 3.5 quarters of that game, I was playing D&D with some friends.
Oh God.
Yeah, and shut up.
Okay.
But like I caught the last portion of it because it was fantasy football day.
Sure.
And we were like, oh my God, what's happening? And we were just watching the teams go back and forth in the fourth quarter. It's crazy.
Yeah, amazing.
My game of the decade is Super Bowl 49 between the Patriots and Seahawks.
Okay.
It's just everything you want in a Super Bowl. Just a team coming from behind. The game's back and forth and had elements of the surreal at the end with the catch with Jermaine Kearse.
Yep.
And then the interception at the end to top it
Yes.
off.
Oh, that was so killer.
I'm literally getting chills talking about it. For me, it is the best. It is the greatest Super Bowl of all time. Is that one? You had two teams that were like the betting line on that game was a pick'em. It was a toss up. First time in Super Bowl history that had ever happened.
Wow.
And it lived up to all the hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, incredible game.
And, the result wasn't as pleasant, but okay. That's fine. What was your best moment of the decade?
My best moment is the Minneapolis Miracle.
Okay.
That's right up there. Saints Vikings in the playoffs a year and a half ago with
Yep.
Stephon Diggs. Firstly, all that guy for the Saints had to do was like touch him.
Yeah.
For him to be down.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He kind of like ducked under him. But it's just like to watch that happen to a franchise that really doesn't have all that much playoff success, and then watch the place explode in joy. Just Diggs taking his helmet off and throwing it.
Yeah.
Just excellent.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That one's right up there for me.
For sure.
How about you?
Mine is actually a college football moment. It was when Purdue took the victory over Ohio State last year. I mean, so...
You'll have to explain because I'm not familiar.
All right, so here's what happened. Purdue is a good football team, but not an Ohio State good football team. And what had happened was, I remember where I was. I was in Clemson because I had gone to the Clemson game earlier that day. And we were all tired. We came back to the house, and after a long day of tailgating and drinking, and we saw Tyler Trent's story for the first time on national television.
I see where this is going. Okay.
And I have chills right now. Like, it was one of those things, like, and he predicted, he said, we're going to win this one. They should not have won that game. And they motherfucking won that game. Mm-hmm. They wiped the floor with Ohio State. And that was not supposed to happen. It was bone chilling. And then obviously Tyler Trent passed away a few months later. And it was one of those like real I thought back on that game so hard and just like thinking about just the spirit and the energy of the sport. Like that's what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yep. Okay.
Best play of the decade. Oh, my best moment. No, I did.
Oh, yeah, you did yours.
Best play of the decade. This is tough.
This is a really tough one. I just kind of had to pick one. I don't even know if it's the best one.
Okay, go. Let me hear it.
All right. Aaron Rodgers, Hail Mary to Jeff Janis in the 2015 NFC Divisional Playoffs against the Cardinals.
That's mine.
That's yours?
That's mine.
Stop it! Oh my
Amazing.
God! That's so funny because I was like, because he's had 3 that year.
Yeah.
And against the Lions, against
that was the third. That it was the Lions, and then I wrote the back-to-back Hail Mary because everybody remembers the Hail Mary to Janis. What people forget is the play before,
right,
on 4th and 15 from his own end zone. He throws it to the 50-yard line to his fullback.
Yeah.
Crazy pants. That game was nuts.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe we had the same one.
Fantastic.
Ah!
It's the best.
It's the best.
It's amazing.
It is the best.
Yes.
You know what? You just reaffirmed my thought that this is, because I just kind of was like, okay, I'm going to pick one. But that was the best. You're right.
This is like Newlywed Game all over again.
God, that would have been amazing.
Really?
Holy crap.
Okay.
We would have won.
Not top moment of the decade.
Butt fumble.
The butt fumble. Absolutely. It has to be the butt fumble.
Butt fumble.
Okay, cool.
Moving on. Player of the decade.
Okay, you first. You know who mine is.
All right, I've got 2.
Okay.
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees is one. Drew Brees is up there.
That just goes without saying. I don't think I need to explain that. And Frank Gore.
Oh God. All right.
I won't bore you with my waxing poetic on Frank Gore as I.
You won't gore me. Sorry. Go ahead.
Leave.
Okay.
Get out of here. But Frank Gore, what a decade.
Sarah's like, come on.
Just so bad. No, Frank Gore has had a decade. Like,
yeah, he's had a career. It's lasted for 16 years.
But ups, downs, different teams, all these different people kind of went unrecognized until this year. At least he was recognized by me. But what a decade for Frank Gore. Yeah, proud of him.
Good for him.
Who's yours? Obviously.
It's Tom Brady.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 Super Bowls. 3-1 in this decade in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, the one loss coming in 2011 to the Giants.
Right.
No, that's a lie. 3-2.
3-2.
Because he lost to the Eagles.
Yep.
He lost to Doug Peterson and the Eagles. What more can you say?
So I would assume that like Belichick is your like coach of the decade if we did that.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to know mine?
Yeah.
It's Doug Peterson.
Is it? He's your coach of the decade?
I think I'm gonna do this now.
Okay. Do it.
Doug Peterson. Coaching.
Yeah.
Eagles game Sunday.
Yeah.
Third and fourth string players.
Right.
Winning the game.
Yes, correct.
None of the players on the Eagles roster this year, none of the players who played in Sunday's game and finished the game and won the game for the Eagles were on an NFL team at the top of this year.
Holy shit.
Except for Carson. I mean, and I'm talking offensive position players. Except for Carson Wentz.
So
None of them were on an NFL team.
Let me rewind this then. None of the players, none of the skill players, the skill position players,
yes.
wide receivers, tight ends, running backs,
yes,
had played on an NFL team prior to this year?
No. None of them were signed with the NFL at the beginning of this year.
At the beginning of this year. So they were all free agents is what you're saying?
Yes.
Wow, holy shit.
Or practice squads.
That's
or whatever.
impressive.
Yeah. Doug Peterson has... This is, when we talk about coaches, when we talk about Black Monday, Doug Peterson went into the Eagles and in 3 years has completely changed the culture, has made them indestructible as a force.
Oh, I don't know about indestructible.
Oh.
That's tough.
I'm going there. They beat the Patriots.
You really think
with a
gonna do
backup
that?
quarterback, the most storied franchise in NFL history.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that.
No, it's true. Come on. Doug Peterson is, I think, the best coach in the NFL right now.
That's bold. That's really bold.
Yup.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Belichick's the best coach in the NFL right now.
Well, obviously, no,
I
you can't.
I don't think so.
But I think Doug Peterson is the coach of the decade.
Oh, I don't know. Not with a 9-7 Eagles team. That team blows. Seahawks by 1 million on Sunday.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with
that team.
that has nothing
man.
to do with the Eagles not being able to sustain themselves. It has everything to do with the fact that the Seahawks are really good.
I'm not saying that Nick Foles is a system quarterback. I'm saying that the system Doug Peterson put in place worked well for Nick Foles.
Yeah.
And they were able to adapt. It wasn't a huge transition from Carson Wentz to Nick Foles.
Right.
And even when the Eagles went into the playoffs at 13-3, the best team in the NFC, with a backup quarterback, I don't think there was a time where I doubted that they could advance.
Yeah.
Because Nick Foles is a good quarterback.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
He fucking beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Of course
Yep.
he's a good quarterback. He outdueled Tom Brady. Of course he is. I don't know that I'd go so far as to say Doug Peterson's the best coach in the NFL right now.
I think that the only reason that the Eagles are good is because of Doug Peterson.
Okay.
And
Are you saying that Carson Wentz is a system quarterback?
Yes.
Holy shit!
Yes,
What?
I am.
What?
I am saying that right now.
I can't believe that that's what's getting me riled up, that you think Carson Wentz is a system quarterback.
I do. I think he is an amazing talent who has not in any way lived up to his full potential or the amount of money that they're paying him.
He is made of glass. Of course not.
So,
Okay.
system quarterback.
Uh-huh.
That's what I got.
Okay. Holy shit.
What a decade for the Eagles. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm
What are
saying.
you talking about? What?
I knew you would do this.
I don't understand what's happening right now.
I'm just saying it's really been something to watch.
No, it hasn't.
It has.
No, they've sucked.
I mean, they're not. I'm not saying they're the best team in the NFL. I'm saying
You just said Doug Peterson was the best coach in the NFL
I
right
did,
now.
and that's fine.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Not even close. Explain Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco.
Okay, Kyle Shanahan's a great coach.
Explain Frank Reich in Buffalo.
Fine, good coach.
No way Doug Peterson is better than those two.
If the 49ers, we've talked about this before. Let's take the 49ers.
Yes.
If Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt and they had to put someone in,
CJ Beathard.
they would probably be okay.
Nah, they wouldn't.
No,
we saw it last year.
Well, no. But or any of the guys on that offense, they work the best as a unit, as what they are.
Well, I mean, they're.
But
go ahead, sorry.
but the players are relatively dispensable in a sense. But you start to lose more than one of those players, it doesn't work. And with the Eagles, it works. It works.
Okay.
They lost everybody this year.
They
have no one on their offense right now. No one. Who the hell is Boston Scott?
I don't know, but he had a couple of touchdowns
Yup.
against the Giants.
Yes, he did.
By the way, they beat the Giants. They beat the Giants on Sunday.
And?
Who cares?
Okay.
Who cares?
They beat them.
You can't put these no-name guys in against the Giants and be like, oh, look, they're so adaptable. They've got everybody. They beat the Giants. The Giants suck.
It was a good game.
They won 35-14.
I know.
How was that a good game?
It was a good game in the beginning.
It wasn't.
It kind of was.
It was, I mean, yeah, once they were up 21 points and they put all their backup players in.
Look, all I'm saying is that what the Eagles can do with very little is pretty amazing, and that can be a testament to Doug Peterson as one of, if not the best coach in the NFL.
He's not the first, and he won't be the last to do this.
I know.
Belichick does it literally every single year.
He didn't do it this year.
Oh, okay.
He didn't do it this year.
All right. Well, you know. What do you mean he didn't do it this year? Season's not fucking over. Oh, yeah, don't act like you beat me.
I did.
Come on. No, you fucking didn't.
I did.
No, the Patriots finished with a better record and with a better seed. Sure, they're probably going to lose, but guess what? So are the Eagles.
Well, we're going to talk about playoffs in our next section. So
Okay.
why don't you guys stick around and let's bring things back to the present and look towards the future.
Doug Peterson, Jesus Christ.